SM has been teasing their new boy group in the past few days, and all the members were photographed at the airport on July 17th. As of now, it looks like the group has 7 members, 2 of them being Shotaro and Songchan, the next 2 are Unsuk and Sunghan, while the rest haven't been revealed yet except for the photos from the airport. According to the latest reports, the group has filmed a music video for their debut in the US and is gearing up for a debut in early September. Let's see what sound they bring to the table. Fans of Red Velvet are not having it with the lack of activities for the members, and they decided to take matters into their own hands. They came to the conclusion that it was time to show their outrage towards SM, and so they sent multiple protest trucks to SM's building. The trucks were stationed in front of the building on July 17th, and they showcased multiple demands and requests by fans. One of the messages stated, "Only 2 full albums after 10 years since debut, proceed with the 3rd full album as planned." They didn't only ask for a full album though, as the fans pointed out that SM should be prepared for the demand for Red Velvet's music. During the previous comebacks, the production of Red Velvet's albums wasn't at its highest, which means that once the pre-order started rolling in, SM was shocked to see how many albums got sold. Due to such instances, the delays in album deliveries and production may cause an uproar among fans. What's even more shocking is that even after all these years, SM doesn't consider Red Velvet to be a force to be reckoned with and always expects lower sales, which is simply strange as the girls have proved multiple times how powerful they are. Among many other things, the fans also requested SM to work more on the group's social media presence and to hire someone who will properly run their accounts. They also pointed out that Red Velvet's light stick isn't great as it doesn't properly show the group's color and is dim compared to other light sticks. Unfortunately, at this point, it seems like SM simply doesn't care about fans' protests and consider these things just another bad day, as they've had many of those this year. Fans of IVE's Wonyoung also decided that enough was enough and showed where they stand when it comes to WonYoung's management and treatment. On July 17th, they sent protest trucks to Starship Entertainment. This was a result of numerous instances regarding WonYoung's health and current status. Recently, it's been revealed that she got injured while filming for the music video for I Am, and the company had hidden this from the public in order to not make drama out of it. But fans got fed up. In their statement, they claimed, "Ever since 2021, you've been neglecting her, and we've held back a lot. We won't hold back anymore. Cyber harassment, malicious rumors, and hate comments. Starship, stop remaining silent. Was Starship the one who requested the video of her injury to be deleted? Stop with the deceptive act that breached our trust. There's not one notice of legal action, but hate towards Starship gets deleted immediately. Who is the management working for?" As you can see, these statements are pretty heated, which only shows how much they really root for WonYoung's well-being. But instead of getting a proper response, a Starship employee threatened the driver of the protest truck, saying that they would call the police if they stayed within 300 meters of the building. Netizens reacted to the news of the protest very positively, as one of them said, "This is one of the few times I'm supporting the trucks, cause what they're asking for is literally the bare minimum, especially for someone like WonYoung, and we can only agree with that." We also have some very interesting news about NCT's contract. A new article revealed something that only further taints the name of SM. According to the author of the article, SM responded to the situation regarding NCT members' contract renewals and claimed that despite this being their 7th year, their contracts are not expiring yet. Sounds weird, right? Well, considering SM's history with horribly long contracts, it's not very surprising that even NCT members have to stay under the company for longer. And when we say longer, we mean much longer. On July 17th, SM representatives shared the company's official statement regarding the matter, claiming, "NCT had a longer contract period than usual considering their military enlistment and overseas activities at the time of signing. There are differences between each member, but none of the members will expire this year. All of them will expire after next year." If you're the only one who's asking, what does a military enlistment and overseas activities have to do with the length of their contract, allow us to explain to you the shady tactic of SM. So what's rumored is that SM makes their male idols sign contracts that have an exception which says that the time that they spend in the military doesn't count, and so once they return, they have to continue working for the company until they finish the full length of their contract. Fans have pointed out that it's simply not fair, and most companies don't freeze the idols' contracts during their enlistment. What people find even shadier is why should overseas activities not count when it comes to counting down the days of their contract expiration? A fan responded with, 7 plus 3 years contract plus military extension means that they are tied up to the company for 12 years. That's severe. In all of this, there are more things that simply don't make sense in SM's statement. First, some members are foreigners like Mark and Johnny. They hold Canadian citizenship, therefore they don't have to enlist in the military. Some other members, like Jisung for example, signed the contracts when they were literal children, so that means that by the time their contract expires, they will not enlist in the military at all. all. Both of these things simply underline that what SM says about their contracts being longer due to the military is not true. Under the post, many netizens pointed out that Jessica Jung warned everyone about SM's way of signing contracts in her book. A commenter wrote, "Isn't this what Jessica said in her book? They have you sign a 7-year contract and then add 3 years to wiggle around the law." SM is still very much in the business of slave contracts. And as terrifying as it sounds, this same contract is probably the reason why Red Velvet quote-unquote broke the 7-year curse. A fan said, "No announcements regarding Red Velvet renewals should have been the biggest indicator that the 7+3 contracts are still happening. I know SM unfortunately neglects Red Velvet, but why wouldn't they media play a girl group breaking the 7-year curse? Probably because there was no real option to leave the company after 7 years in the first place." As bad as it sounds, this might not be the last time we hear about SM's contracts this year, and who knows, there might be a new lawsuit coming soon. And now on to the saddest news of them all. It seems like 50/50 members were simply blindsided and scammed into thinking that An Seung-gil had their best interests in mind. Dispatch released an article in which they directly and openly accused Seung-gil of forging signatures of the Swedish songwriters who wrote the song Cupid. Although Dispatch used to have a bad reputation in the past, in the last few years they have managed to obtain valuable information and hold their ground, and this time it seems like they did it again as they exposed Seung-gil for the horrible things that he did. There's an ongoing investigation regarding the copyrights due to there being multiple parties who claim that they're the rightful owners of 50/50 songs. According to Korea Music Copyright Association, if Dispatch's claims turn out to be true, Seung-gil will face severe consequences and the transfer of the copyright may be completely cancelled. What's more, the leaked recording that was shared by Dispatch shows that Seung-gil also blindsided a track CEO. When the CEO who helped 50/50 on their journey asked Seung-gil why there were no signatures of the 3 Swedish writers, Seung-gil responded to him that their signatures don't appear on the official documents because he himself is a domestic writer and therefore his signature appears first. Based on what Dispatch revealed, Seung-gil transferred 74.5% of the rights to himself, and if it gets proven that the document is forged, Seung-gil will be found guilty of a serious criminal offense. After knowing all of this, there's a theory circulating online. Many fans are starting to think that the 50/50 members were scammed, gaslighted, and lied to by Seung-gil. As we know, some of the members are minors, and so it was probably not that hard for Seung-gil to persuade their legal guardians who have zero experience in the entertainment industry to get them to do things that were not fair and legal towards the CEO of a tract. One person responded to negative comments regarding 50/50 saying, "Has it ever occurred to you that they have been scammed into doing it all? They were fed false information all along. A track CEO wasn't even allowed into their practice room by An Seung-gil. The playing field was never leveled. An Seung-gil alienated these girls from the CEO." The heated debate continues as more and more things are being uncovered. I've been saying that they were manipulated, but the problem is that they undoubtedly know all of this by now. The person who also pointed out that despite the members being aware of what's happening now, they haven't dropped any lawsuits yet and probably wouldn't do so to avoid a complete character assassination. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts with us in the comments, and thank you for watching. Bye!